What is up, everybody? It's your boy Phil Shocker, the 96 Hedgehog here with our APA Indigo Week 17 builder. I actually tried recording this a little earlier, but I felt I messed up my team and I just lost it for some reason. But nah, it's all right. But we're here for our Week 17 builder here, and you know what's really funny? You know how I said Week 6 was our worst matchup? This is equally as bad as last week. We are going against Susie in the Detroit Call Ballion. She is one of, if not probably the semi-clinched players for playoffs at this point. She is currently, as of the time of recording, 5-1. So she basically needs. She beats us. She basically clinches. There's no way she get knocked out. We lose. We're in a bit of a bad situation. Especially if we lose our week 6 game. If we lost our week 6 game, which as I'm recording, I am going to be playing tonight, recording of the day of this recording is going on. But if I lose my week 6 game, I am then at 3-3. And if I lose this game, I go to 3-4, which means I have to win weeks 8 through 9, 8 through 10 to clinch playoffs. If I lost week 6 and I lose this week, I'm basically in a win or out situation. So we very much need to pick up a massive win this week in week 6 and to definitely pick up a massive week, especially against one of the big teams. We beat one of the two best teams in the league. We started out as one of them as well, so let's hope we can get the mojo going. But let's go over Susie's team as I stop rambling on like a knucklehead. Susie's team is disgusting in the region as she has Urshifu single strike, so it's a battle of the Urshifus. She has a Alolan Ninetales with Artazol, so she has a Hail Core. She has Skunk Tank, which is arguably the best wall to one of the best answers to her team in Galarian Slowking. She's got Kecleon, which is also kind of annoying. She's got Zygarde, which oh my god. But here's the best part. Now she's got Regirock, which isn't that much of a threat to us. She's got Charizard Mega Y, which is not that bad, but it can kind of be a little annoying. She's got Melmetal, so it's it's a Melmetal. It's a bit of problematic, but we have ways to handle it. Then she's got Delmise, which is one of her only two ways to remove hazards. And then she has Orbeetle. So basically, you look at this team. I have to face Aurora Veil team with Zygarde and Urshifu. I have to face a Trick Room potential team with Melmetal, Dhelmise, and Regirock. I then have to face a Hail Core of Ninetales plus Artazol, and I have to face Sticky Webs. I have to face 4 variations of this team, and there is no variation of team I could possibly build that handles each and every one of these variations. It's so annoying. Well, the one I have kind of counters Trick Room and Hail a little bit, but nonetheless, this is a very annoying build, but I think I built what I considered probably the best possible team I have ever built, and I really hope it works. I really hope this team works, and I'm really hoping that we can pick up a win here. Especially since Susie beat us last time, and I was just stupid of me not calculating a certain thing, and I cost myself Bulu, which kind of would have helped me win the game. Let's break down. So we break down here. Susie, I don't think Susie's bringing Trick Room versus me. I don't think Trick Room's really that good versus me. She could take advantage of potential Trick Room I could bring, but I don't think she brings Trick Room herself. Delmont, so I don't really see Orbeetle. Orbeetle actually doesn't really match up that well versus my team at all, really, besides maybe Urshifu, but Urshifu bounces it out and knocks it out. I don't think Dhelmise really comes. Dhelmise doesn't really match up well. It's relatively decent against Galarian Slowking, but overall, I don't think it really handles that well against me. Melmetal is something I do expect to potentially be brought, but also Melmetal can also maybe not be brought because there's too many good offensive checks, like Rocky Helmet Steelix can be an offensive check, Urshifu with Close Combat or Wicked Blow kind of rinses any potential set of variations of it. Slurpuff, if it's set actually a plus up with either Calm Mind or Belly Drum, can kind of be able to handle with Drain Punch, but it's still something very much annoying for my team to deal with. Charizard Y is something I can definitely expect as well in case she doesn't want to go with a potential route regarding wanting to go full hail and just want to bring Aurora Veil and then bring out Sun to kind of counteract that. But again, it's where she's going to be forced to be pressured to put Defog on one of or Rapid Spin on one of her Pokemon if she needs to bring for hazard removal. It also could potentially be forced to bring heavy duty boots, except for Charizard, which cannot run heavy duty boots. Regirock is definitely something I can see her bring versus me as a kind of like a Chople Berry Iron Defense set, like the potential. Like I'm pretty much sure it was the Chople Berry Iron Defense set from uh I don't remember a Luffy that Luffy brought versus us. I could see that as well, or just not and just bring Chople Berry and just run Body Press just in general. So it can plus it's our only real kind of besides Zygarde, her only real answer to Rapidash. So it could be something. But for the sixth I'm expecting, I think she wants to bring Urshifu. For one, it's the battle of the Urshis. Why wouldn't you bring Urshifu? I think her Hail Core is very, very strong versus me. I think it's gonna be very annoying for my team to kind of deal with. And plus, if not, she can just bring a miniature Aurora, like a miniature Hail team with like, and then run Light Clay. I think Skunk Tank is a must because she needs some way to remove potential hazards that go on her side of the field, especially Stealth Rocks. I think Arctozolt because of the fact that Hail is a very good advantage point, and my only resistance to that thing is pretty much just my Steelix can be a bit of a problem. I mean, Zapdos can be too if it's built really, really, really bulky and stuff and can stall hail turns. But again, it's something I have to be very mindful of that. I definitely think Zygarde's coming. Zygarde's very, very hard for my team to switch into, and also very hard for my team to just deal with as well. And I think Kecleon comes. Now, the reason why I say Kecleon comes is Kecleon is only the one of two potential ways that Slurpuff can't potentially sweep because of the fact of Shadow Snake making the Ghost type and Fairy resist. I believe just Fairy resist. No, Ghost resists Fairy. That's what I meant. I believe Ghost resists Fairy. So the fact that if we get +6 up, we're basically at max, maybe gonna do close to 50%. And if another Shadow Sneak can actually knock out Slurpuff, then he'll take the advantage to go for that as well. So very much important there that he keeps that around. Unless we probably knock him out, put him in range or something else. So but I think Kecleon puts on a lot. Plus, Kecleon brings her, or at least a one rocker for this matchup. If we don't see Kecleon, then we have, as you could kind of see the idea of what we want to do for a one con. But let's go and break down the team and hope this team can put in the work. So, first off, I looked at her team. Galarian Slowking legitimately kind of just wins this matchup for me. I do potentially expect special Skunk Tank over physical Skunk Tank, but it can still be physical Skunk Tank and run like more of like a mix physically and special set and everything goes to Fire Blast. But we're bringing Magneto here, my Galarian Slowking, and I was really looking at some calcs and stuff, and at +2 Ice Beam guaranteed 2 KOs, any form of a max HP Skunk Tank, as long as it's Assault Vested, which again I can't see it be, but if it's Black Sludge, it's roughly outside the 2 KO range, but it's still a guaranteed 200 range no matter what. Psychic at +2 basically can 1 to 2 shot everything else we really need on the team. Ice Beam is pretty much free against the majority of her team as well. The only thing we do not hit for super effective damage is Melmetal, and that's where I'm really risking to maybe take something like Ice Beam off and put Focus Blast on, because then we can be able to hit Melmetal with this thing. Even though Melmetal doesn't generally want to do too much damage versus us, because we have good things to handle with Melmetal as well, but I might change it up, I don't know. But we are running a physically defensive set with max HP, 200 defense, 56 in the special attack. We guarantee live a choice scarfed surging strikes. If it's choice banded, I believe we still live as well. Unless she's adamant, then it's probably a roll. But if she's jolly banded, we actually do live a surging strikes. And we can basically revenge that thing with psychic anytime the way. We are running the Coldberry just way if we do weaken down the Skunk Tank to a certain degree. Skunk Tank's not much of a problem. I do agree that Shukaberry is probably more beneficial for us, but I think Cobra Berry is more better because if we can actually weaken down to the point where Skunk Tank's in range of a non-boosted Ice Beam, then we can go for the Ice Beam, knock that thing out, or get a chance to get Trick Room up, Nasty Plot as she clicks something like Sucker Punch or Dark Pulse or something like that. We eat the Cobra Berry hit, and then when she tries to Sucker Punch me, she can't knock me out, and I can Ice Beam, and then I can start breaking potentially with Slowking as well. So I'm going to be very mindful of that. Next, we are bringing Epona. If you really look at her team, besides Regirock and Urshifu, she and Zygarde, her team really struggles through. Sorry, guys, I'm getting like these hiccup burps or something. She really struggles through breaking through a good offensive fire type, and that's exactly what we're going to do with Rapidash. We're going to pretty much bring the exact same set as last time with this Epona set from week 6, but we're going to change it up just one tiny bit. Instead of running Flame Charge, we are going to run Wild Charge. Wild Charge is there in case she feels like the Urshifu is more of a safer play versus me. We are running Will-O-Wisp because Will-O-Wisp is very beneficial to cripple someone from physical attackers. More than likely or not, I am going to probably click Will-O-Wisp in front of certain things on her team, even the incoming Regirock as well, because then we can shift that Regirock down. And plus, with Body Press, for some reason, being a physical attack gets affected, even though it's based on defense, it gets affected by attack stat. So he able to burn Regirock. That actually is one less thing that Urshifu plus Steelix would have to worry about as well. So I think that could really be beneficial as well. And also this gives me something that can actually just be able to kind of handle Regirock a little bit as well, and I can potentially live another hit from it and not do some chip damage. Player off is there for the Zygarde primarily. It's also there for the Urshifu, but again, Wild Charge is primarily there for Urshifu as well. I wouldn't mind having Play Rough, but it's just something I have to just know that I can predict more better. More likely or not, I'm going to click Will-O-Wisp over Play Rough or Wild Charge to know exactly what her main switch-ins are. And depending on what her main switch-in is, Island is one of those things where I can just like kind of bring in something and kind of be able to handle something. Again, Urshifu is just so annoying for my team to deal with, but I do have ways around Urshifu. Up next, we're bringing Sunday, my Slurpuff. We are bringing the old school set that we know and love that I personally love to use, and that is Belly Drum Slurpuff, where we're gonna kind of counteract sticky webs. We're gonna kind of counteract a few things, and this team is completely like a random mix pile of variations. Like we've got, I'm gonna spoil it right now. We have ways to outspeed the Hail Core. We have ways to outspeed other forms of Mons and everything like that. Like we are good to go. We are very much good to go on any kind of situation we're looking at here. But basically, Slurpuff. Slurpuff only really needs two moves this matchup for Drain Punch and Play Rough, for the fact that, again, Play Rough pretty much is pretty much free against everything on our team. Drain Punch can actually be used to get against Skunk Tank, unless I don't think Play Rough is necessary. And again, Drain Punch there also has a good recovery option as well to certain things that we may want to weaken down, like, say, the Ninetales or the Arctozolt, and we don't have to Play Rough for. We are faster than max speed Jolly Slush Rush Arctozolt as soon as we do hit our Unburden boost. So again, we counteract both hail in two ways, with whether it's Unburden or whether it's with Sticky Webs. Sticky Webs, in case I do not see any potential ways to remove hazards, they're going to mostly go up, which then kind of cancels out my Trick Room Momentum style that I want to go with this team. But again, it's got ways to benefit around inside and out of the Trick Room style. So, but Slurpuff legitimately can win us this game if we can actually do it. I think this is potentially one of the ways we win this game, hands down. Up next, we're bringing Voltage my Zapdos, and we're bringing Choice Scarf Zapdos. Now, Scarf Zapdos is not really kind of a common sight slash is something you really see run on Zapdos, but I'm really hoping this kind of catches her off guard a little bit. She's probably going to expect me to bring a really fat, physically defensive one because of Surging Strikes with the static and everything like that. But I generally don't think it's that much necessary, especially when Thousand Arrows is a free move that you can click versus me. But we are running Hurricane, Thunderbolt, U-Turn, and Heat Wave. Heat Wave is only there primarily for her ice types in case I don't want to run Hurricane. Hurricane is there to be able to potentially 2-hit KO Zygarde unless it is a very like Spadef or HP heavy form of a Zygarde. Thunderbolt is free spam again once we get rid of these Zygarde. Thunderbolt is actually pretty much spammable for this matchup. And U-Turn is there to pivot into something like Regirock or something like that and pivot on out. So that's very important to know right there. We are running enough speed where we are faster than any form of Shifu if it is Scarfed. We also are basically making sure we are faster than +1 Zygarde as well. So that's very good to know as well. So Zapdos can kind of put a good amount of pressure. Zapdos, surprisingly enough, is our kill leader. So I'm really hoping Zapdos will do a lot of work. Up next, we're bringing Diamond our Steelix here, who's actually been a low-key good mon for us this season. He's gotten 4 kills. I think it's died 3 times now, though, however, but it's really good. We're running Iron Defense Stealth Rocks because Stealth Rocks are very, very important in this game. This might potentially be my lead, depending on matchup. We also going to be running the Iron Defense set. Now, Surging Strikes does break through this. However, with this set, if she is Choice Scarf or Shifu, which, again, I really think there's a good chance she's Choice Scarfed. If she's Choice Scarf or Shifu, then she cannot be, unless she gets really good rolls, I have a roughly around a 25 to 30% chance to live a Surging Strikes from full. And actually, I'm going to make sure we have Sturdy. Even though Sturdy doesn't make much sense. Sturdy is still a really good clutch to have nonetheless in case we keep this in fully healthy.
We are running most likely Spadef Steelix for the fact that Spadef Steelix kind of just walls things like the Ninetales that walls all of her main special attackers as well. In case she does go full special art result, this walls that as well. But basically with the Iron Defense, all of her physical mons, including Skuntank and stuff, like the Zygarde and everything like that, cannot break me. And we do play some mind games with her, where she has to be careful not to click Surging Strikes, but also to be considerate of clicking Close Combat as well versus the majority of my team. Like, yes, she can most likely freely click Surging Strikes every single time, which is why, again, there's a decent chance she could bring the Choice Band set. But again, I feel like Choice Scarf helps with benefiting out of the fact that it can be faster than anything like a potential fast Epona set, because she does bring Choice Band and stuff like that. And she may not even think I'm Choice Scarf Epona, but again, it's one of the things that can kind of counteract it. And we have a Slowking that can counter both Scarf and Bandage sets, so basically pressuring out very much. And last but not least, we are bringing, of course, oh, so we didn't specify, we have Heavy Slam. Heavy Slam is just my main move because it hits a lot of the things that can be neutral, and Body Press is there because of our defense. And last but not least, we are bringing Wu Tsai, our Choice Scarf, or Shifu this week. We are baiting the battle of these Shifus, but I'm bringing Choice Scarf. She's probably bringing Choice Band or Choice Scarf. I think there's a good chance she's going to be bringing Choice Band, but again, I am prepped for Scarf regardless. This is a speed tie, obviously, but also with this speed, we are actually faster than a Slush Rush Arc Result that is max speed under Hail as well, which is very, very important, really good to know. That we have U-Turn for pivoting. We do have Drain Punch there. Now, the reason I have Drain Punch on that set as well is I really didn't need anything else besides my dual stab this week, but I am running Drain Punch in a way to kind of burst out the Chople Berry on the Regirock if he has it. Also, it's also there for recovery options as well against majority of the things. Plus, if things are chipped down and I can 2 KO with Drain Punch, then I can win with Drain Punch in the late game situation instead of clicking Close Combat for free in this matchup. Close Combat, again, is also there just because it's a strong move and pretty much can almost nail a KO every single time it's in. It does 2 KO, decent variations on most of our things. And then Wicked Blow can potentially 1 to 2 AKO everything again on her team relatively well and fine. But yeah, that's our team, guys. Again, if we win week 6, we're still gonna be okay position. But if we lose week 6 and we've lost this and we lose this match against Susie, we're in a win and out situation, which I hate being in because I feel like I get a little bit pressured in that one. But we're gonna try our best. We're gonna do the best we can to win this game and try to just move forward and just have fun, enjoy everything, and just do whatever we can. But leave a like if you haven't already, subscribe if you're new, join the Phil Shocker crew. But until next time, guys, I'm Phil Shocker, nice to catch up. I'll see you guys later. Peace.